Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and we're finishing up the Cigar Lounge for October 20th, Sunday, October 20th, right here in the back. We were doing it in the backyard, and then that crashed on me, so we're finishing that up indoors. I finished that smoke. I got a little bit into that last third of that stick, and then I kind of closed that out there. It was such a nice smoke. I mean, it was perfect, man. It was great. Loved that smoke. I still have the last of my Yeti. So I figured, we could close that up indoors like we're used to our standard format. So I have the chat going. We'll kind of make this our little weekend show. Let me loosen this up a little bit. Everything, I'm a little a little sweaty and stuff from being outside. As you can expect. I mean, it is 100 degrees outside, but it's still so nice, man. Just a nice, perfect day to be, in the backyard. Most of the neighbors are grilling right now, having, the last of their Sunday afternoon. Uh, what you call it, barbecues and stuff like that, so you can smell a lot of grilling going on. Boy, that light is really harsh, isn't it, on my face? Maybe I should just turn it off. Yeah, nah, we need to turn on the inside lights. So we'll go a little dark on this one, a little something different, but I figured we could, kind of close it out since it crashed on me outside. So I'm a little sweaty in here, so just, never mind that stuff. But it is just a great day to be in the backyard chilling. Hey, what's up, Thomas? How you doing, brother? Um, so if any of you are in the Phoenix area, you understand, you know what that's like. Anything, right around, in the low triple digits is still very, very tolerable. Still a great day to be outside. Type of weather we move here for. This is why we live here, and so on and so forth. So um, the Yeti, I'm just thoroughly enjoying. So this gives me a chance to look up that cigar I was having. So the CAO, what was it, the MX2 or something like that? Let me see, MX2. So let's look up that smoke. Um, let's see what kind of characteristics we get, and then I kind of tell you if I got the same thing. I'm not as knowed up on my cigars as even I wasn't really knowed up that much before, but I'm really out of touch right now. So let's see. We're on Cigars International, so let's do that screen share and show you what I was having. Let's see. Let's make this a little bigger. Whoops, 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 whoops. Wrong screen. Wrong screen. Sorry. Click on this screen and make this one bigger. Come on, man. Cooperating. Why isn't it cooperating? Anyway, because I thought this was a new release, and it seems like it is. CAO's MX2 is a long-awaited limited production cigar that employs two flavorful wrappers. Hey, Will, what's up, brother? The outermost leaf is an ultra dark, super oily Connecticut broadleaf Maduro, while the inner wrapper is a fuller flavored Brazilian Maduro. This double wrapper combination promotes a rich, flavorful profile that is smooth throughout, with lingering hints of spice. To mix the pot even more, the folks at CAO use a blend of select long fillers from Nicaragua, Honduras, Peru and the Dominican Republic to complete this complex of cigar, packing it full of spice and spicy, sweet layers of flavor. And you know what, man? To me, it was just so smooth the whole way out, the whole way through. It was just so smooth. Um, I'll look up this Great Divide. Yeah, Great Divide Yeti. We'll look this up as well. Here we are. We'll look it up on Untapped because Untapped pretty much covers 152,800 ratings at the time of this show. Almost 1,600 in the last 60 days. 3.95, 9.5%, 3.95 bottle caps, 3.9. I mean, a 9.5% ABV, 75 IBUs. Traditionally, imperial stouts, the biggest and boldest of all stouts, are brewed with massive amounts of roasted malts and hops, resulting in a heavily in a I'm sorry, resulting in a heavy. I mean, let me get that heavy out of my mind. Resulting in a velvety, smooth but robust beer characterized by high alcohol content and extremely high hop bitterness. Meeting the challenge of this aggressive, challenging beer style. Um, Great Divides, Great Divides Yeti Imperial Stout is a onslaught of the senses and almost vicious, inky black brew. Yeti opens with a massive roasty chocolate coffee malt flavor that eventually gives way to a rich toffee and burnt caramel notes. That's why it paired so well with that smoke. As you can see, it just went really, really well. I not having that smoke at all, not knowing anything about it, just looking at it in that cigar uh, shop where I picked it up at, it just seemed like it would go so perfect. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I paired it, even without even knowing. But tell you the truth, I kind of know Maduros a little bit, and so I knew they, either with the stout or with the porter, it was going to pair well. But with the Yeti is still has a little bit of that hot bitterness to it. So um, I did have an idea, but not really. And I'm glad that was a seasonal smoke. So paired with this is the last of that same Yeti. So it's barely even cool to the cheek. So I'm getting all the flavors out of this bad boy right now, and it is still fantastic. Um, have just a little bit of that smoke still in my mouth, but not much. I just sat out there and really enjoyed that whole smoke. Like I said, a little bit well into that last third, right up until you get to that. What do they call it? The wrapper? No, not the wrapper. The label. That label. Just a little bit below that label, not quite to the label. I peeled off the label. Now, when I peeled off the label, I did get some of that wrapper come off with that label. So, but that wasn't a big deal at all. But I typically don't like to get too far into that last third. You will get some of that bitterness, and then that's kind of where I traditionally start to get, a lot of that big tobacco buzz, if you will, because you're kind of hitting it really close. And even though you're just puffing it, you can tend to get a little bit of that, that buzz from the tobacco. You get a lot of that pure tobacco woohoo from it, right? So I'm already having an imperial stout with it, so I don't need to compound my problems. So, but I thought I would, pop in here and let everyone and anyone that wants to pop in pop in. So let me see. Let me do this on Google Plus as well. Let me see. Maybe some people want to join in on the live on video on the chat. So let me post that link in Google Plus. So I'll put that in Google Plus right now. So if you're in Google Plus, if you check that out, the link is in there now. I just posted it. Oh, let me log this beer in. Oh, wait. Let me redo this. Let me do this correctly. Let me get my picture from my photos here, and I'll post that in there as well. And that way, we're making sure we are doing this correctly. There we go. So that way, when I post this here in Untapped, we're getting the picture and everything like we should. Let's see here. How come it's not? Where is it? Where is my picture? Where is my picture? Come on, man. Where is it? Disappeared on me. I'll fix it here. Let me see. But you could see what kind of day it was. It was just gorgeous. It's just great outside. And then with them completing my oh yeah, continue. Oh, it didn't finish exporting. That's what it was. I'll just kind of hide that then and let that finish exporting. There it goes. Okay, so now it should be popping up here. There it is. Okay, so if you're Yeti. Still one of the best imperial stouts around. Double exclamation point. So we're not going to steer too far from that. I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. So, and we'll add that directly right here. Looks like we got a promotion, I guess. We got 2 badges from that. We got a hopped up level 3 and a heavyweight level 10 from that. Thank you very much, Untapped. Untapped gives you kind of a lot of badges, quite frankly, but hey, it's cool. We all like to get badges, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there you go. So let me see. I'll post the link also in the chat. So if you're in the chat and you want to join live, see, here is the link to join in live. There you go. There's the link in the chat. So if you want to join in live, you can click that link and join in on video live if you want. I'll stay in here till I finish this beer at least. If no one joins in, then so be it. But I like to have these little pop-up weekend shows. It seems like there's been a demand for that, so I will do it when I can. God, it's just so nice out there, man. Um, like I said, there's plenty of neighbors out there just playing their own music, so I was just enjoying their music. No need for me to be adding to that with my own music. So just great. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. The only thing could have been better, I guess, is for me to be grilling some stuff out there too, man. Hey, thank you, David. Appreciate that, brother. Um, I do have a beer I could be reviewing, but I'm still finishing this one. You know what I'm saying? So it's the big gulps. I know. You know what, man? Like I just feel like when it comes to the reason I sample beers like that is because I feel like if I just like look and get a little drink like that, you can get a taste. But man, when we drink beer, we go for a drink, right? You know what I'm saying? When you're sampling a beer on your own and you're not on camera and all this stuff, you're drinking that bad boy, right? You're going halfway down, right? You're like, man, I'm ready for this beer, right? And you're mm, even a big imperial like this. Now, this Yetis have a nice hot bite to them, so you're not necessarily going halfway down because, especially when it's fully warmed up like this one is. But you are still getting a nice, like David said, a nice big gulp. Hey, Carrie, what's up? We haven't seen Carrie in a little while. Thank you for showing up, man. Appreciate it, Carrie. Uh, we have plenty of moms that show up for, women that show up for this one. We have my mother that shows up. We have Neri's mom that shows up, and we have Andrew's mom that shows up. So we have lots of moms now that watch me and comment and everything. So I'm very conscious of the moms out there. So I try to have something for them as well. Um, But one thing when I haven't smoked a cigar in a few months actually, so I'm not quite as before I left Albuquerque, I was kind of oh, okay, you're not a mom. Okay. Um, but I do appreciate you showing up though, Carrie, because our female viewership, the numbers are climbing, and I do like that a lot. I appreciate that. That lets me know that we are attracting a more diverse audience, right? So, which is good. You know what I'm saying? We should be, including all people that love to enjoy a good brew. And prior to me leaving Albuquerque, I was really getting into cigars. And after 2 years of living in the hotel, I just really fell out of it. Uh, there were some things that you go through, right? We all have our ups and downs in life. If we had a graph in our life, it would go up and down, and you guys witnessed my life here live on camera. I don't keep any secrets like as far as that goes. So thank you, Jason. I appreciate it, man. So you guys seen me through some of the low parts. I don't hold any of that back. But so now I'll now I'll kind of gradually get into a cigar every once in a while. I'm still not quite there, but I do enjoy a cigar every once in a while. And if you're in the Phoenix area, there are so many really good um, cigar clubs, shops, just so many places to buy a good stick. So many. They're literally everywhere in the Phoenix area. So if you're traveling and you do enjoy a good cigar, don't worry about it. If you're coming to Phoenix, don't worry about packing your best stuff. You will find a cigar shop that out here that has something that you like. There are plenty of cigar lounges here, cigar shops that have lounges inside where you can enjoy a cigar indoors with a nice uh, single malt if you prefer that. A couple cubes in there, little water. You know what I'm saying? I love a good whiskey too, man. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, but right now I'm enjoying this Imperial stout from Great Divide. But um, uh, that was the mood today. You know what I'm saying? But I do have some good whiskeys in my pantry right now, man, sitting there waiting. For those moments too. I think a lot of us do, right? So all these things are beer related because whiskey and beer kind of tie in hand, right? They just kind of mix, right? A lot of craft breweries get started actually in distilleries that have extra space and a lot of distilleries help out craft breweries, quite frankly, right? So um, thank you guys, man. I just thank everybody for their support. I mean, I couldn't be more thankful. You guys have been here through my good times and my bad times, and I'm just so thankful. So cheers to everybody that watches and participates, man. And hey, as you saw in the beginning of the year with my New Year's shows that I did, one for every single time zone, with the exception of the West Coast one. We kind of got I was a little out there by that time, so we kind of let that one go. But thank you, David. Appreciate it, man. Cheers to all you guys, man. And you know what? We're trying to keep it positive and trying to keep things going, upward little by little by little by little by little. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it going up. And I am glad you guys are here with me. You know what I'm saying? And and we can help each other. You know what I'm saying? And feed off of each other and help each other make each other better. You know what I'm saying? And just enjoy this beer experience together, man. You know what I'm saying? It is all good. We finally got a YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. Of course, we have a YouTube page going, but we finally got a Facebook page going. So I know a lot of people have been waiting for a long time for a Facebook page to get up and going. So I am getting used to getting on there, and we just got that going days ago, really. So I will be posting on there, and you're more than welcome to check that out. Email me, however you want to get in touch with me. Let me know what you think about the Facebook page, what needs to be on there, what you would like to see. I want to make this. It's your page. You know what I'm saying? This is for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So you let me know what you want, and we will definitely. I always say those things. My mom tells me, like, what do you mean we? She goes like, what do you mean by we? Like, my mom will ask me, like, are you seeing someone? Like, and I'm like, no, that is kind of one of those old school kind of trucking things that I have. I am a truck driver by trade, for those that don't know. And it's kind of one of those old truck driving things that I have. A lot of old school truck drivers always speak that way, like you'll instead of just saying, oh well, I'm heading down the road, you'll say, oh, we're going down the road, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just kind of put things as a we. You know what I'm saying? Or us, or uh, you know, um, I don't know. That's just kind of one of those things I picked up from. I learned how to drive trucks, and I always had been around trucks my whole life, and I've been around a lot of old timers that showed me the old way, and I really take a lot of pride in that. Um, so I've been driving 20 plus years, and so I take a lot of pride in learning the old ways, and so I have that habit kind of built into me. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is our page, right? Like, this is our community. This is us, right? It's not just me. There ain't no share of beer or anything without you guys tuning in, right? So that's where I come at it from. You know what I'm saying? So cheers to everybody. We already have a nice little chat room going. So I mean, that just speaks to the community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's awesome. It is just awesome. So, mm, what I love about doing this is that I'm not really a big. I'm a cord cutter. So if you guys have noticed, I don't necessarily keep up with all the stuff that's going on in the world as far as I hear about them because I do listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm driving my truck. So I know vaguely about some of the political issues that are going on as far as some of the protests and stuff, but you know, we I feel like everyone comes here to get away from all that mess. You know what I'm saying? That stuff divides us. You know what I'm saying? And to me, what brings us together is beer. We all have beer in common, and we just stay focused on the beer, and we bring each other to, and uplift each other, and you know what I'm saying? Cheers. And if we can bring in more things that tie us together and focus on that, I feel like that makes us better, right? I feel like that makes us better, and stay away from all that riffraff that just divides us, man. I don't like all that stuff. It's just such a downer, isn't it? Like, oh, sometimes I turned on the news yesterday. I says, okay, let me watch some news because I do have, I'm a cord cutter, but I do subscribe to DirecTV Now. And YouTube, of course, has live events that happen, and they, you can kind of catch up with YouTube as well. And man, I don't know. I watch a couple of seconds of that stuff, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, man, let's have a beer. Why don't everyone just have a beer? Almost feel like Rodney King. Can't we all just get along? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't bring up if you're just now seeing me. And I do a share a beer show twice a week, Tuesdays 7 p.m. Eastern and Fridays 1 p.m. Eastern. And I stay away from politics and religion. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like those two things just kind of help. Staying away from those two things just kind of help bring us together and not divide us. And we stay focused on the beer, the things that we have in common. I love beer, and love beer means something different to everybody. Some people feel like they love beer, and they feel like the more beer they drink kind of emphasizes their love of the beer. I can't argue against that. I'm not gonna. That's your thing, right? My love of beer is simple. I love the whole process. I love checking the beers out, checking different breweries out. Where do the ingredients come from? How are they grown? All that sort of thing is what I mean by my love of beer. And anything that kind of can enhance that beer, like a good steak, a good cigar, like you just saw, um, are things that I feel like we can bring to this show and to this channel and enhance it, right? Anything to enhance our experience. And it don't necessarily just have to be all about beer. If you enjoy wine, but you want to join in, hey man, join in. You know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of, as you guys see during the week, I typically just have water because I drive truck for a living. So during the week, I have water, and you guys see that. And I'm looking at the chat as well, so I want to make sure to keep all that engulfed in the conversation, but mixed into the conversation. But we can still, jump. You can still jump in even if you're not having a beer. If you like wine or you like spirits, or even if you just have water like myself, or maybe a soft drink, jump in, man. The more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching right now and you want to participate live right now on video, there's a link in the chat room. There's a link in Google Plus, or if you can find on YouTube the link to jump in, join in, man. I'd love to have you. Yeah, David says I'm an art teacher, and that's what he said. The class. Oh, and I'm sorry. I had an art teacher, and that's what he said. The class could chat about anything but politics and religion. Good policy. Yeah, I mean, it's an old cliche, right? You know, politics and religion. You know, just make us argue and keep us divided. And I feel, me personally, I feel like you turn off the TV and you turn off like your main news feed in Facebook, and I swear to God, you'll be a happier person. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like to me. Hey, there's Bum. What's up, man? Yeah, Bum knows exactly where I'm coming from. Bum's been with us for a long, long time, so he knows exactly how I feel about that stuff. It does nothing but bring us down. You know what I'm saying? Still enjoying the last of this Yeti. Now, the Yeti, as far as Imperial Stouts, is one of your more hoppier Yetis. Now, that 75 IBUs does balance it out, but it balances it out still more towards a hoppier finish. So if you don't like a hot, you know, that nice traditional earthy hop bite, might not be for you. But I love it. You know what I'm saying? It still has those big coffee notes, those still big roasty notes. The malt body is perfect in it. But I love it. You know what I'm saying? It is just really, really good. Really well done. Now it's different. It's different than the other beer that I just had. The one that I had before it was the oh my goodness, what did I have right before it? I had the oh my God. I swear to God, I lose my memory so fast. Let's see, beer history. Da-da, 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 da-da. How come it's not in here? That's crazy. I logged 2 of them. I remember that. Where? Yeah, Victory at Sea. So the Victory at Sea is much sweeter. You still get a lot of those bold toffee, coffee, chocolate notes. A little bit different imperial type of experience. Now I do have another one that has peanut butter notes. And like I said before, I want to do a review on that one. Oh yeah, now Earth brings up a good point. Oh, okay, thank you, Carrie. Carrie's gonna watch a movie and cheers to everybody. So thank you for jumping in, though. I really appreciate it. Hey, there's Bear Tubin, man. What's up, man? Good friend of the show, does his own reviews and his own videos, and make sure to check out Bear Tubin, man. I really enjoy his stuff. I do have to say, okay, now I noticed that a lot of my viewership is going up on streaming devices because there's more and more people like myself that are getting off of cable, off of satellite, cord cutters, right? And we're watching our Rokus and we're watching our Apple TVs more and more and more. And we're watching more YouTube that way. It's a more convenient way to watch YouTube. The more you watch it on your big screen, the more you kind of don't really want to watch it right here on your computer. What don't make any sense for people that do make videos, and if you're watching this and you make videos, it makes less and less sense to be kind of clever and go, yeah, comment or click this link or doing all this little stuff that you think is kind of clever, because none of that stuff pops up when you're watching it on those streaming devices, right? So you just like look like some idiot trying to be clever and pointing and doing all this stuff. Click this link and click this, and you can't do that on your streaming device. And the people that have you know, hundreds of thousands of views per video or tens of thousands of views per video, you would think they would kind of know that. Like they would see their viewership going up on these streaming devices, and more people are watching that way. And you don't see comments, and you don't see all these clever links and all that sort of thing. So quit pointing. You just look like some idiot because all you see is, yeah, click here and click here and click here and click here. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So stop it is the best advice I can give. So, um, uh, you know, I thought I would put that out there because I watch on my TV and I'm like, well, these people are pointing and trying to be cool, and you don't see any of that on your streaming device. So I would just advise just to say, hey, click the links. I have the links in the comments, or I have the links in the description. You know what I'm saying? And that's a better thing than trying to be clever and, hey, trying to be a little, most people still do watch on their phones or on their computers or something where they can see all that stuff. But the viewership on my videos, I noticed that is going up and up and up. It's climbing. The female viewership on my videos is climbing. The amount of people that are viewing on their streaming devices is climbing, and so I'm very conscious of that. So let me see, what do we have here? We've got oh yeah, now see, Earth says drink it a year or more older, the hop mellows out. Now that's a good point, because as you age a beer, if a beer was hoppy now while it's fresh, it is going to mellow out the older that beer gets. So if you take a Yeti and age it, just like he said, if you age it a year, that hop is going to definitely level out. So if you don't like it now, maybe buy a bottle, age it a year, put it in your cellar, your pantry, somewhere where there's not a lot of light. I don't have a cellar per se where it's a basement or something like that where it's underground, but I just put them in my pantry. You know what I'm saying? Where there's not a lot of light, and the temperature stays roughly the same, a nice cool room temperature sort of deal, and that's fine to age a beer. Oh yeah, and then David's asking the same question. You know what? Yeah, Earth's got a point too. I don't know that I've ever reviewed just a regular Yeti. I think I've reviewed some of the special editions, some of the other versions of a Yeti. I don't know that I've actually reviewed just a regular Yeti. I might need to do that. Yeah, I might need to do that. I might need to just I guess I'm gonna have to buy another bomber. And beer reviewing is never over, man. It's never over. It's just when you think you've got this one beer covered, they come out with another version, or in my case with the Yetis, there's so many different Yetis that I reviewed some of the other versions, but not the regular version. I think he's right. Without going through, whoops, this page, there it goes. I think he's right. I don't think I have reviewed just your standard Great Divide Yeti. Yeah, I might need to do a review on that one, but I'm hoping to at least, and I haven't done one this weekend, but I'm hoping to most weekends get a review posted, at least one, because a lot of people really enjoy the reviews, and I've been negligent, right, on posting those, and so I need to be more diligent about that, and so I will. That's one thing I'm working on. I'll let you know right now, right up here, boom, that I haven't been doing that. And that is one thing I darn sure intend to get better at. So I want to get back to the old days where I would post at least one or two a week. Um, a lot of people seem to really enjoy that, and so we got to get back there again. It takes a little while, especially we get caught up in our lives, and especially you work at your job as much as I do. You can really get caught up in that, and so by the time the weekend comes, you're like, oh, I just want to kick back. But hey, I've made this commitment, and so I have to stick to it, right? And so that's what I am trying to do. Really working on it. Um, Let me see here. I'm looking at other packages that I've got here, and I haven't got to those yet either. But I'm damn sure trying, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, mm. Oh man, that is so good. Love it, love it, love it. Down to this last little, I don't know, quarter of this beer, and then we'll close this show out. And like I said, if you're new to this, you're just now watching me right now. Um, I do a share a beer show. We do a share a beer show every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. And um, love to have you there. Hey, I'm curious, what is everyone going to do for tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is the big day, the big um, eclipse. And so is there anybody that's going to be doing anything special for the eclipse? Are you going to be having a special eclipse beer? Um, Now I think here the eclipse is going to be somewhere around 11 in the morning. Somewhere around that time, 11 or noontime, something like that. We're not going to have a total full 100% eclipse here. I think it's I don't know what percentage we're going to see here in Phoenix, 60% or 70% of the eclipse, of the total eclipse. To tell you the truth, I'm not really that into it. I have to admit, okay, I'm not really that into the eclipse. But if I happen to be out, I'll of course check it out. You know what I'm saying? It is very, very, very popular. So, and we have Mind and Muscle in there. I know I've seen him in there before. Let's see, drinking lagers and staring at the eclipse. So he's going to be having lagers apparently. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you see that I got some tamales, some fresh tamales. There's a lady that don't live too far from me, and every once in a while she'll put a. I think she tries to raise money for her church, and so every once in a while she'll put a sign out in front of her house, and she'll just have a sign tamales. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally it. It'll just say tamales. It's just this small little sign, and she'll put it out in front of her house, and it says tamales. And I already know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's selling tamales. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hell yeah, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm down there. You know what I'm saying? So I go down there right away and buy some tamales, and oh, so good. If you don't live in an area where you can get fresh homemade tamales, it's the perfect beer pairing. I mean, tamales go perfect with beer. Oh, what I like to do with them, okay, of course, when you have them fresh, fresh is the best, right? Fresh is the absolute best with most stuff, right? With most foods, you like to have foods fresh. But if you do have to put them in your fridge and reheat them, what I like to do is kind of reheat them a little bit, and then I put them in I cook everything in cast iron. And so I like to fry them in the cast iron. I like to get a nice little light crust on them, and I'll fry like two of them, and then I'll put a couple over easy eggs on top of them. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some pico de gallo or some sort of salsa, or in my case, I always have red chili. And I'll put red chili and the eggs and and a really good Mexican lager or any kind of beer, really. And that's it. I mean, it's just the only thing better is like a really nice steak, of course, right? I mean, what beats a good steak and beer? I mean, almost nothing. But tamales are right below a good steak. Love tamales and beer. So if you keep up with me on Instagram, you've seen that yesterday I got some fresh tamales and I bought 2 dozen from her immediately, and because she makes some really good tamales. And so I got those, and so I'm gonna have a couple of tamales immediately after this show, actually. And the way I just told you to prepare them is exactly the way I'm gonna have them right now. Let me tell you, man. Um, oh, okay, yeah, Dave. I'll show you right now. I'll show you my Instagram. Let me see. Uh, yeah, Bum says just like everything else in the news, has beaten the eclipse into the ground. I'm tired of hearing about it. Yeah, it. I don't even watch TV, standard television, the news, and so forth, and I'm tired of hearing about it. Right? I mean, it's that popular. I mean, you cannot get away from it right now. I'll show you right now. Let's. I'll show you my Instagram. Let's see. Da, 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 da. So let me share my screen. Here we are. Da, 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 present to everyone. There we go. So right here on Untapped, you can see I'm Joe underscore D. Joe underscore D. Right there on Untapped. So if you want to follow me on Untapped, that's my username on Untapped. Okay. Here's my Instagram. Really simple. So here you go, Jody Photography on Instagram. More than welcome to follow me on Instagram. Let's see here. There we go, Jody Photography on Instagram. You can see I had this brownie with strawberries and powdered sugar and Cool Whip on top of it. That's what I had actually prior to me starting the cigar show. That's what I had prior to that. So, uh, yeah, I treat myself. You know what I'm saying? Why not? But here's the tamales that I had picked up from her. The Coronas I actually didn't even get to drink. I just took a picture with them. The Coronas, I actually gave that whole 18 pack of Coronas to the landscapers that did my yard yesterday. So I just took that actual picture because Coronas actually do go good with tamales. But I didn't actually drink one single Corona. I just bought them for the landscapers because they were working their ass off out there. So, and it was hot. So who don't like Coronas after a lot of yard work outside, right? So I took them a plate full of tamales and some Coronas, and they were very, 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 very happy. Right? So this is a look at my Instagram. I do post these sunrise photos every morning during the week while I'm driving back into Phoenix. This is one of my old school photos. I just posted this a little while ago. But I'm Jody Photography, as you can see there on Instagram. More than welcome to follow me. So there is that. Yeah, Earth says, "Yep, life is good, man." Exactly. When you got tamales and beer, right? Life, I mean, it's good. Life is good. And brownies, tamales, beer, and some steaks, and beer, and tamales, and brownies, and ice cream, and steaks. Life is good. And some avocados, and you make the avocados and some guacamole, and you put that on everything, and boom, right? Like, I mean, what's better than that? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how we're living right now, man. So it's not bad at all. I can't complain. So I want to. What do you guys think about mixing in some food reviews? I want to mix in some. Well, I was thinking about it. It's kind of up to you guys if you like those sorts of things or not. But I was thinking about mixing in some occasional food reviews, like the latest little sort of thing to maybe hit some of the fast food places that most of us can get across the country, Burger King and McDonald's and whatever, those sorts of things. I was thinking about giving my 2 cents on those sorts of things. There's been some things from Sonic hitting lately. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this, I think Thursday is corn dog day at Sonic, some kind of special corn dog day. So if you have Sonic in your area, I think this Thursday is corn dog day. Some kind of specials on their corn dogs, and you can get them really cheap. Sonic's not half bad. I don't go to Sonic a lot, but they're not really half bad. So, and corn dogs go good with beer. You know what I'm saying? There, what doesn't go good with beer, right? You know what I'm saying? What food on a stick almost doesn't go good with beer, right? Ugh. Ah, there's the last of the Yeti, my friends. We're gonna close this one out, man. I appreciate everyone that tunes in. I honestly could not. I just appreciate everyone that tunes in, man. It's still, even after all these years of doing these videos, it still boggles my mind that everyone tunes in. It really does. But I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you, man. Cheers to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. For me, it's still early evening, but I know for a lot of you it's late. Bum, thank you very much, man. We have another possible Pittsburgh Onion. Is that how you say it? That might show up. Emailed me for the show, so we'll see if he shows up or not. But you're more than welcome to email me. My email is jodreviews@gmail.com. Dave, Bum, of course, we had Carrie in here earlier. Everybody, Mind and Muscle, everybody that tunes in, man. I appreciate all you guys, man. Thank you, man. We're gonna close this one out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Netflix it to death. All right. We'll see you guys, man. Peace out.